is up? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Back with some more Resident Evil 4 Remake gameplay for you. And today we have the Mercenary mode come out. Before I get into that, I want to have a huge shout out to all my new subs. I just hit over 400 really quick, so I really appreciate that, guys. I enjoy talking to you guys, having good conversations. It really helps the channel grow, so I really appreciate that. But let's get into this. This Mercenary mode just dropped. It is a free update. You can download it right now, and this is actually my first game playing it. But before I can really get into any of that, we have to get to the elephant in the room. Because if you remember about a week or two ago, I posted a video about characters being data mined as all the characters playable in the Mercenary mode. And if you've now loaded up, you've noticed that a lot of the characters that I mentioned, that had their renders and models, and hell, you can actually even find people actually playing these characters on the files, because they do have a moveset and all. A lot of people aren't in here. You only have 4. You have Leon, normal Leon, you have Luis, you have Krauser, and you have Hunk. So it begs the question, there's 4 other characters missing. You have the Mafia Leon missing, the normal Ada, you have Dress Ada, and then you have Wesker. But I guess the big ones are just basically Ada and Wesker. And a lot of people question, well, wait a minute, if they were data mined and all that, why are they not in the game? Why are they not here? And I don't have an official confirmation on why, but I have a lot of people that have their good honest takes. As they take these with a grain of salt, but it's probably the most probable reason, is I'll leave a link in the description below. But basically, these characters are going to be saved to be released more towards whenever the Separate Ways DLC comes out, in terms of Ada, Wesker, the Dress Ada, and Mafia Leon. Now, hopefully that's just an update. It doesn't say that they're going to be packaged in with that DLC. Maybe they'll be released right before or after. There's not like as I said, we don't have a confirmation. We still don't have a confirmation on Separate Ways, even though we know it's coming. But the point I'm trying to make here is that whenever it does come, these extra characters are going to be released on there roughly around the same time, maybe the same exact time, maybe later, maybe before. But it begs the question, why not just release them all now? And for that's where I guess you can speculate. Me personally, I guess it makes you get more excited for the Separate Ways. It maybe spread the content out so you're not all getting it all at once. I can understand that. But my thing is, I think the biggest thing, and as I said, Ada's my favorite character, and obviously the one I want to play as the most. And my second most one I want to play the most would be Wesker. But, if that's the reason why they're not in here, I can at least understand it. It's just that me being a huge Ada fan and obviously loving Wesker as well, those are the 2 characters I want to play as the most. So it's a little bummer I can't at the beginning. And obviously, as I said, this is my first game. It's not like I don't want to play the other characters, but I can't wait to get into them. So this is the first game I've been playing, so I can't wait to see how the other ones play, especially Luis, because we never played as him in the original one. But honestly, when I stepped back and thought about it, I think the thing I'm most disappointed in the most, and it's the thing no one's really talking about. If you go back and watch my Mercenaries video, I was saying what I want for Mercenaries. And, some people have been quick to speculate. The original Mercenaries, well, they had one more character from the base game. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's going to have more. It also had one more map. And, by the way, there are 4 maps data mined, so 1 map is yet to go. I think that's the docks, the one on the island. I don't know if they're going to bring back ever the water world, because that has to be something new at this point. Even the Super Salvador has been data mined to a degree. That's something that's going to be really interesting to see. But honestly, that's not the thing I'm most disappointed about. It doesn't have as many as that up until this point. The thing that I'm most disappointed about personally is that there's only 1 mode. Now, as I said with the link I provided earlier, they do mention an extreme mode, that's in the game. Now, what that means, I have no idea, but it gets to my disappointment. I wanted there to be more than just the simple Mercenaries mode. I didn't want it just to be a normal mode, just that one thing. I wanted there to be different modes. And one thing I think Resident Evil 6 doesn't get enough credit for, it must be crazy if I'm sitting there talking about something good Resident Evil 6 did, because as I don't hate it nowhere near as much as everyone else does, but is the different modes it had for its online stuff. Because I was thinking, hey, the original Mercenaries didn't have cooperative or multiplayer, but it's 2023 now with the remake. Why wouldn't it have it now, in my opinion? And the fact that they don't, maybe that'll come later, but I'm kind of stunned by that, because it'd be cool to be cooperative or multiplayer, but just other modes, like maybe 2-on-2 in terms of you're competing against another team to see who can score the most points, or some type of thing, maybe a free-for-all 4-point mode or something like that, or God forbid, I know I lose my shit if they ever do this, as if they ever made a horde mode or something with all the characters with their different abilities, and that would just be awesome. I would honestly be lost in playing that so long and stuff, and I think that's the most disappointing part for me. It's just the same thing. Now, granted, from what I played, it's fun, looks fun as shit. As one thing I will give it credit for is I do like that the timer is on a line, not just the number flash. I mean, number does flash, but at least you see exactly when it's going to go, because I always predicted flashing number thing wrong in the original one. That's just me personally. I like that. I like that they all have their own abilities. It's not just like an original one where, Krauser had the broken ability, and obviously Hunk had the invincible next snap, but it seems like every character has their own abilities, which is cool as shit. I do like that, and obviously I'm going to learn how to play all the maps and stuff. And also, I like the fact that someone mentioned this in my comments, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. I like the fact that they gave Leon. Now, granted, as I said, the handgun and shotgun are really powerful in this thing, but in the original one, Leon just had the handgun and shotgun without having that rifle type weapon. It really made playing as him, getting all the max ranks, 5-star ranks, and stuff like that so much more harder compared to the other characters. So I'm glad they did that, but. So there are good things, and I do like it, and one thing I do like a lot more than the mercenary mode from Resident Evil Village, so that's something to be happy for, and I think it can be good, and maybe this other stuff will be added later, but until I can 100% confirm that stuff, it's just going to leave me thinking, man, why couldn't they do this now? But obviously I get the disappointment with Ada and Wesker, but I think the mode thing is the thing that kind of annoys me the most. Another thing I've heard with the whole Ada and Wesker is we're not going to play as them right now, so we don't learn them and stuff for when they do the Separate Ways DLC, so be more in the mystery. But the thing is, people have already had files of people playing both characters. They're already out there if you really want to look. So it's just at this point, it's not as much of a secret as people made to me, and maybe it's just a effect of the whole internet and stuff. But I don't know. It's just. Obviously, we want to play them now, but they're not. But also, I get the point of trying to spread the content so it's all not released now, so that Resident Evil can be big for a long period of time. Another update I'll give you for the Separate Ways, because they also mentioned this, is just the fact that it's not going to take as long. In terms of people are always asking, when is it coming out? It's not going to take as long, because people are fearing it's going to be like Resident Evil 8 Village DLC, where it takes over a year. It's not going to take that long, because it has been in development pretty much from the get-go, right alongside the game, and they basically had two teams on it, but once Team 1 was finished with the main campaign, then Team 2 got the help from Team 1 after they were done, so this isn't going to take nowhere near as long, but as I said, we don't have a release date, but basically it's most likely going to come out this year, we just don't know when, so that's another good thing. But the last thing I'll mention, and this one kind of bothered me too, and it has nothing to do with the mercenary mode, and if we can see right here, is that if you go into the store right now to buy stuff, not the in-game store, but on the PlayStation Network, wherever you're playing the game as, you can buy weapon exclusive upgrade tickets with actual money, and I'm not happy about this, not for maybe the reasons you think of, not that, oh well, I don't want to pay actual money, because once again, I understand some people are just not going to be good enough to do certain things. For instance, I put out the S Plus, how to do the professional S Plus as easy as possible video, and I like all the comments I got on that with different strats. I learned different strats even from the ones I used and stuff to make things easier. But the thing I got annoyed by was, why is it being released literally 2 weeks after the game came out? They did the same thing with Resident Evil 2 Remake, but it came out a long period of time. It didn't come out 2 weeks after, where you can get all the unlockables, infinite ammo weapons and stuff like that. You could get them they became viable way after the game came out. They didn't come out 2 weeks later. Let the game sit for, I don't know, at least a half a year. I just feel like, granted, I'm not going to always do those old gamer versus new gamer argument, but one thing I will admit that I do like back in the older days, I sound like an old man now, but I like the satisfaction of earning something. And granted, some people just aren't going to be able to earn that, and that's okay, because let's just be honest, there's things I'm not good enough to do in certain games. It's just the way it is, but I like the fact of struggling and like really getting frustrated and then eventually overcoming and earning something. I just hate the fact that you can just easily be like, hey, you can buy that. But granted, once again, it's not the fact that it's there, but why there that early? Why 2 weeks after the game? Like, let that sit at least a half a week. Let people actually have time. Like, some people aren't like me, or even worse, where they're just devouring a game in like a few days or a week or something. Like, that's just not everyone. Some people, it takes time to get through stuff. Sometimes they got other things like life and stuff. But let the game sit for a half a year at least before you release that type of shit. Hell, you could have done that maybe alongside the Separate Ways DLC whenever it comes out. But just wait on it. Like, as I said, I know it's annoying. But, like, let that stuff wait before we unlock that stuff. But, because it's just like, back in the day, you just had that satisfaction of earning stuff like that. It was hard. But, you know, if you can earn it, it felt like satisfying and shit. You didn't have things like the tickets to get you through that stuff, but you know, I guess different times. It's just how it is. As I said, it's not the fact that it's there. It's just way too early. Because I'm sitting there looking like, damn, where was my tickets back in the day when I know it's a real completely different games, but like stuff like I love playing JRPGs, like Cave of Trials, Star Ocean 2. Where was my upgrade tickets there to get me through that crap? Hard as hell dungeon. Oh my god! Like, geez, I still have PTSD from that. But overall, I'm happy Mercenary Mode's out. I'm obviously gonna put some time, sink my teeth into that. I'm happy to see that. There's obviously some things I'm a little disappointed in, but the mode thing is, I think, the thing that bothers me the most. And if they can rectify that and release more modes over time, obviously it seems like this extreme mode, but hopefully it's something different, and maybe they might add something even more, who knows. But guys, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. Are you happy with Mercenary Mode? You're just like, hey, I'll play with the characters I got now, and the others, they'll come out when they come out. Or are you thinking they should have come out at the very beginning? Or are you gonna you think there should have been more modes? Do you think these, the Ada, Wesker, and the other, dress Ada and Mafia Land are going to come packaged with Separate Ways, or they come out slightly before or after? But let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. But overall, that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and hopefully I can see you guys back on the next one. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you all later. Peace.